Rosewood, 3518 Rosewood. And I remember when I was playing over here one time, and Ruth Johnson sang this little poem. Rosewood children are very rosy, but when they come to Ruth Street, they're very nosy.
Stopped to cut that bullet car. Y'all, come here. Come here. Here she is, man.
Excuse me. When we went for Halloween, the place to go was the Max House because they had the best Halloween popcorn balls and candy and
right.
in the whole block. We only had to do the one block.
That's true.
To do trick or treating.
That's true. Hey, Mr. Lane, they're always like this. So let me move over a little bit. But anyway, Edwina grew up, Mary grew up on the end of the block, on this side. Her mother and father were mail people, worked for the post office. So, vegetables, but anything you could hit, grapes, any kind of tree you could steal, they were just getting ripe. That evening, the bell rung, ding dong. Mr. Mitchell, Miss Shepherd, I saw Leon and Jerry getting my tomatoes. He told it on us.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But anyway, I'm gonna let Rachel Oliver say something. Well, Joanne, you want to say something you remember about your childhood? Of growing up on Route? Okay, wait, Rachel remembers.
How you used to bully me all the time. He used to bully me all the time.
He was on protector.
He gave me hell. He gave me hell.
I remember there were times during the summertime.
Yes, he was.
We would run and ring people's doorbells.
Yeah.
I'd buck it.
And we would get caught. And you tell me I'm getting a whipping. Because who told? I think it was Miss Byers, who is Miss Johnson, called and told everybody's parents that we were ringing doorbells and hiding in the bushes.
Right.
But I remember
I was
when
pissed.
me and Portia used to pick up, we'd get on the phone and we would call the houses in the neighborhood at night, and I would say, "Is this Charlie's horse stable?" And say, for instance, I sure do. And say, for instance, Mr. Mitchell would say, "No, it's not." I said, "Oh, yes, it is, because it sure smells like it."
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right.
I'm Muriel, 3544 Ruth Street. And I have way too many stories to share. Once the baby of the block, me and Poopy. And we were minions to Patrice Mack, that one right there. We were her minions. If she said jump, we said okay. If she said bark, we went arf, 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 arf. If she said sit still, stay here until I get back, we'd stay there all night till the sun set. It's just terrible. But she raised us real well because she was our friend and we loved her so much.
Okay.
We did. We loved her so much.
Loved to play jacks. And I used to get on the porch with them when Ira would come or whomever. And we would play jacks on Alfreda's front porch. You remember that, Alfreda?
I do.
Yeah.
And I remember Boris putting on her garage plays.
Yeah.
And she would be the producer, the actress, the screenwriter.
Right.
And she would have a curtain hung or sheets hung across her garage, and we put on a full production
That's right.
of a play that Boris originated.
My fondest memories is recalling Mr. Mack oftentimes calling for some lemonade. Herbie, Joanne, Patrice, somebody give me some lemonade.
I said that on Facebook. Patrice didn't make no remark.
Somebody give me some lemonade. I need some lemonade.
There was something on there about what's your favorite drink, and it came out for lemonade for you. I said, I remember the Mac. And the Mac was one of the first times I used to hang around everybody's house growing up.
Right.
And I'd be around their house, and Miss Mac would get meals ready. And they would have 2 and 3 meats and stuff at the table. I'm like, man, what kind of family? You know, but I guess the day before, if some was left, she'd put that on what she cooked that day.
Yeah.
But that was one of the first families I remember, sitting at a table like
Was the
that.
head minion? And I want to let you know that my 2 little minions turned out perfectly.
Here we are.
Here they are. That was my 2 minions right there. And I love them to death, and I always will love everybody on the block. We are the Roof Street Gang. Yay!
Thank you.
I can remember them.
What's your name?
What's my name? I'm Ann Johnson Moultrie. I lived at 3524 Ruth Street. And I've told this story before, and Ruth doesn't seem to recall, but we were all playing somewhere. I don't know if we were in our front yard, but Ruth was, I'm surprised, quiet and mild and everything. And Hank Funches came up and hit her, and Ruth didn't retaliate. So I took it upon myself to revenge, and I bit Hank in the back, and I don't think he ever hit Ruth again. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, I also remember a certain group of boys on the block who had a nickname for me. Do you remember that nickname?
I remember that. Well, it don't fly anymore.
Jerry.
It don't fly anymore.
Yes.
Because you're very beautiful.
Yeah. You want me to tell you what it was?
Tell us, we want to know.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah.
Marvin grew up on Canfield Oak, and we were the best of friends. All the way from, I guess we were maybe 3 or 4 when we met, but we started out in the 3rd grade together and went forward. Would you like to say something that you can remember from the neighborhood?
I remember when we first moved here in 1951. We were both 5 years old. You and Sterling were the first 2 people I met. And y'all orientated me real well and let me know that I was visiting, especially you. But anyway, it ended up being, we were all kids growing up from people probably after the war and all the same age. Great place to grow up and I guess from our parents to raise their kids. We had a lot of kids that were the same age. We did a lot of things together, played together, grew up together, broke our legs, maybe not together, but anyway. Just an enjoyable place to grow up and make friends, lifelong friends. Jerry, you've probably been a truer friend. Now, I've been knowing the cameraman all my life. He's more of a brother than a friend. But everybody here on Rosewood has been lifelong friends also. You know, so it's a
I
great
hate
place.
that, I'm holding the camera, but that's,
Well, that's
all right.
all right. Don't worry about it. We don't need to see
I
you.
came in en route as a visitor.
Okay, we're going to dedicate our memories to those that were in our family in the neighborhood. Like I said, they passed away and gone on to the, as we say, a better place, which we call heaven.
Right.
Okay, we're going to start with the Max.
My name is Herbert, and this is my sister Patrice, my sister Joanne, and my wife Mary. What I'd like to say is, my father and mother came to this town in 1947, 1946, and they helped start the art department at Texas Southern with John Biggers, Carol Sims, and my dad, who was Mr. Mack. And I'd like to say, my father and mother, they provided us with everything that we needed to be successful in life. And that's
I've seen him on the Facebook, but I'm in Hollywood.
You can't move this if you wanted to.
We went to started first grade together.
Oh my goodness. But I see him on Facebook every day. Every day. Yes, that's his new job.
He's doing a great
job.
He's doing a great job in trying to record some of this history that we are fastly missing or losing in Third Ward. So Boo's trying to capture what he can while he can. So he asked, I told him about this, and he didn't hesitate. Say, Jerry, I want to come and try to get this on the record.
My dog. Oh, okay. And you were.
you never should go up against Jerry.
But you know, Rusty, after I fed Rusty that pepper, he didn't like me anymore.
Yes.
And Boris let him out. And one day, if it hadn't been for that pine tree in front of the house, I ran, I grabbed that pine, I leaped up and grabbed the pine tree, and he was right on my butt. That's a true story.
So Buster never did forget.
And
No,
then,
he
and
did
when
not
Boris buried her Siamese cat in between the houses, and that scent must have stayed there for half a day.
And most importantly, I want to say I miss my sister being here with me. She has supported me on Facebook, giving me recipes, ideas, and everything. So she's been supportive, but she wished she could be here, and I wish she could be here with me. I miss you, and I love you, Edwina Joy Akins.
And who we talking about?
My big sister.
Edwina. This is Mary, Edwina's baby sister. And Edwina, I love you too. We're going to take a moment of silence here and bless the food.
Oh, gracious and loving Creator God, who's brought us here today, we give thanks for our many years of history in this neighborhood. We give thanks to those who have prepared food to nourish our bodies as we share our love for each other, our love for our parents who have gone on before and our contemporaries who have gone on before. We give thanks. We give thanks to those who wish to help us document the history of Ruth.
That's Dr. Dahlia Funches. That's Jean. Jean, and this is Muriel standing up. Jean is, she grew up, she lived on the corner. She would come down during the summers and babysit for a couple of the girls that grew up down there. Okay. She's their cousin, and she's the mother of the block is what she calls herself. But she's deaf, and she earned a PhD. One of the first, I think, African Americans to do such a feat. So, welcome, Jean. Thank you for coming. That's Elfrida Kemper. She flew in from Colorado, Denver, and she grew up here too. Mr. and Mrs. Kemper, two of the teachers, HISD teachers in Houston, and she's a Rhodes Scholar, and all of those alphabets. But she was a very good athlete, her and her sister. Okay. And, this is Ruth Johnson, Ruth Mobitu. And she grew up on this street. Ann is her sister. Ruth spent quite some time in Africa. 37 years. Quite some time.
Quite some time.
Yeah.
No.
But
I was honorary. My grandmother lived next door.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna come back to Renee. I'm not gonna overlook her. I'm trying to get the gang out the way. But anyway, go ahead, Ruth. You were saying something. 37 years. Zambia, yeah. And now she's back with us and living in Florida. And we're so happy she had a safe trip.
That's great.
And her children are here too. Yeah. And then we have Boris Mitchell, Allie Mitchell's daughter. So you please talk with her. Yeah, I would like for you two to get together so you can get a little bit more detail or whatever about some of her mother's things, involvements here with Wheel Avenue Baptist Church in Texas. And then we have Marvin Neal. He grew up on Rosewood, but which is Canfield Oaks. And he broke his leg in the Bacon Live when he was growing up.